I started my day with exploring the Khe Sahn War Museum, which essentially is the old Khe Sahn airport and part of the Khe Sahn battle. It is a complex of tunnels and different bunkers to look around and just kind of wander the grounds with some of the relics of the war. Welcome to A Man's Memories. Follow me on an epic journey through Vietnam by motorbike, on the footsteps of history, exploring happiness in unexpected places, meeting new people, and learning about the culture along the way. So lean back and enjoy as we make memories together in the pursuit of happiness. You can't talk about the Vietnam War without talking about Cambodia and Laos, because that essentially was a huge part of the conflict. And just this little tiny piece of history here is around the conflict of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which runs through Laos for a majority of it, which supplied the VC with weapons, supplies, food, everything they needed. And so this location here, close to the Laos border, was very strategic. And the US supplied the South Vietnamese forces with weapons that weren't allowed to enter the conflict with the Kingdom of Laos at the time. And so a lot of the supplies were put here and supplying the Southern Vietnamese forces. However, the VC was just overwhelming this place, and the Laos army was overwhelming this place. And so the US had to pull out, despite their best efforts. They had to pull out of this area. And what you can see here is some of the things left behind. And so, as you can see, there's a lot of history here and a lot of things that happened over a long period of time. The Second Indonesian War, the First Indonesian War. Good morning, my memory makers. I am fueled up with caffeine and fueled up with gas. And we're leaving Khe Sahn behind, a cute little town with a bloody history, but that's part of Vietnam. So what's today's program? We are on our way to Hue, the ancient imperial capital of Vietnam. Hopefully we can get to tour some palaces. We've been really lucky with the weather. So it rained last night, like rained hard last night, so I'm expecting the roads to be a little bit muddy. But so far no rain. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, which this was the weather report brought to you by Chris, a Vietnamese weatherman. It's important to me because it changes everything. So we should drive there. It takes about 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. Well, it's probably gonna take 4 hours because I'm going the long road. There's two ways to get there. One is the QL1A, which is the highway, the busiest highway in Vietnam, which I'm avoiding like the plague. And then the other route is the QL14, which is parallel to the QL1A, but it's through the mountains and beautiful, and it takes a lot longer, but you know, that's the best way to travel by motorbike, is to avoid the QL1. And so we are still traveling part of the Ho Chi Minh Trail, a little bit from what I understand, but it's mostly a parallel road to that, because the rest of it goes through Laos. And yeah, so just happy to get started on today's trip and journey. So let's ride.
My
Memory makers, we are about 80 kilometers, 60 miles from our Khe target destination for the day. It's been a smooth ride so far. Beautiful landscape. I mean, the QL14 to the Ho Chi Minh Trail after Khe Sahn, which leads to the QL49, it's beautiful. I mean, it's just rivers and dams, and it's very pretty. So definitely worth the drive. Taking the long way and enjoying the ride along the way. Not very busy, not a lot of traffic or anything, so it's been nice. And yeah, I just stopped and finally figured out something. Well, next time I film it, there's these carts that run around town, and they have a microphone or like a megaphone attached to their card, and I thought it was like some socialist message they're trying to blast over the speaker, but it's actually they're selling bows. So like the little char siu bao you get in the US, or you know, if you live in a region that has Chinese food, or bao in general. I mean, it's an Asian thing. I just know char siu bao. But yeah, they're selling baos, and I had 2 of them. Delicious. So next time I come across one, I'll try to film it. Yeah, so just enjoying the ride, making progress. The weather is beautiful. There's no rain, which delights my heart. And keep on trucking here. We made it. We are in Hue. Civilization has been reached. It's the first time in a long time since I left Hanoi that I feel like I'm in a proper city. It's pretty big, and yeah, it feels kind of funny to be like, if you've been driving in the mountain range nonstop, to be back in a town or in a city. It's kind of cool to have all this space all of a sudden. Streets are bigger, etc. So it's nice. I should be reaching my hotel pretty soon. I'm staying at the Sun River Boutique Hotel, and for 2 nights. It's hopefully a nice place. It does have a pool, so hopefully I get to chill out in a pool for just a little bit and enjoy that, and maybe get a massage somewhere. 2 days of driving is pretty hard on your body, and we did a little bit over 600 and some kilometers through mountain terrain, and we were lucky. Once again, we were lucky with the weather, so super excited to show you Hue a little bit, and see what this city has to offer in terms of culture and food, and what nice people we meet along the way. I'm sure there will be some. I'll check in with you guys when I'm back in my hotel.
There ain't nobody else than you.
After the long ride, I checked into my hotel and I was quite pleasantly surprised with how big the room was. And it was only $25 a night. I think they gave me an upgrade. But it was a really nice place, had a nice view of the riverside. And then I went out for lunch. Hi everyone, so I'm chose a restaurant. I'm at Chance, and they are a traditional Vietnamese restaurant nearby. And their food is very delicious so far. I'm having this jackfruit shrimp pork dish, and it tastes really good. And I think there's my rice. So rice just arrived, and check this out. So I can't do anything wrong here at Chance. Guys, so today's mission is actually an oil change because I did 1,000 kilometers. I need to change the oil. I'm at a Honda head shop and they do it here for you. So he's actually doing it right now. Goes pretty quick. So little Blade Runner is getting its oil change. It was kind of interrupted, but basically I have to change my oil every 1,000 kilometers. So when you rent a bike with TJ Motors, they ask you to change your oil, and you have to do it at a Honda head shop. No big deal. It's like 88,000, and they take good care of you. So it's just a matter of getting it done, and then they will. You have to cover the charge yourself. They don't reimburse you. It's just, you know, basic maintenance. It's like less than $5, I think. So it's super easy, and you can just do it at any Honda head shop. Okay, oil is changed, and I was thirsty, so I asked for a recommendation, and they pointed me to Mia Tea, milk tea, coffee, and more. So this is a little stand here, and I'm having some milk tea with caramel and flan in it. So it takes it to a whole new level with boba on the bottom. Let's try it. It's very sweet, but very good. Good place. So definitely, if in Hue, go to Mia Tea, I guess. It's great. I think I might take a break for a little bit, and then later I'm going to the night market in Hue and check that out. So Elon Musk has landed at Hue at SpaceX. Everything's good. The night is long. I went to some bar club and they wanted $100 per bottle for an entrance fee. So Hue apparently is also a party town where you can pay a lot of money to spend your night out. Not my personal thing, but if you are into clubbing and you want to see a good time, then there's different places where you can do that. It's just not my scene. Hey guys, so I'm actually found a quieter place. It's called Leanum, and it's a beautiful speakeasy in Hue. And when you're here, you should check it out. So let's take you inside. Silence is a good answer. So they have a beautiful setup here, like a really nice bar with like everything you want. And because for me personally, I like to have a little bit of quiet, have a long day. I actually got myself shisha. So I'm gonna enjoy the night, but if you ever are in Hue, you should come to Leyan. It's a beautiful place, beautiful people. So please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!